Nuclear war survival. First 24 hours after nuclear attack, nuclear blast survival. Fallout survival, EMP. Civil defense, Cold War nightmare. Atomic bomb effects, history explained. Survival in nuclear war, post-apocalypse. Nuclear emergency, blast wave, firestorm, dark history. You wake up. You check your phone. There are 47 notifications. That is already suspicious. Then the alerts begin. Not one, several. Missile warning. Emergency broadcast. Government statement. Network overload. And then that special modern sound. That tells you civilization is having a nervous breakdown. Congratulations. You are alive during the first 24 hours of nuclear war. This is not a drill. This is not a movie. This is not the kind of historical event people romanticize later with synth music. This is the end of normal life. Moving at Mach 5. You have no tutorial, no save file. And depending on where you are standing right now, you may have less time than it took to click this video. Let's see how long you last. Character spawn. Before we begin, we need to determine your build. Are you in a major city? In a suburb? Near a military base? At work? In traffic? In bed? Scrolling through Doom in your underwear? Statistically, you are not in a hardened bunker. You are not a head of state. You are not in a secure command facility with filtered air and backup generators. You are a civilian, which means your current survival plan is probably 1. Confusion, 2. Denial, 3. Googling, 4. Death. But let's be optimistic. Let's say you are not at ground zero. Congratulations. You have unlocked temporary relevance. Level 1, the alert. The first enemy is not the bomb. It is time, or more specifically, your lack of it. A modern nuclear strike does not arrive with the courtesy of build-up music. If missiles are already in the air, warning time may be minutes, not hours. Minutes. Enough time to panic. Not enough time to become smart. Some people assume it's fake because the human brain, when faced with apocalypse, often chooses inconvenience denial. Others will start calling family, refreshing apps, checking social media, reading arguments from strangers who are also about to become statistics. This is a mistake. In the first minutes of nuclear war, information becomes both priceless and deeply unreliable. Systems overload. Rumors spread. People post old footage. Someone claims it's a cyber attack. Someone else says it's a false alarm. A third person is live streaming from a parking lot. Like vibes can stop thermonuclear physics. Your first real challenge is simple. Can you act before your brain finishes emotionally processing what incoming missile means? Because hesitation is very human, and nuclear weapons are extremely unsympathetic to that. Level 2, the flash, then it happens. A light brighter than reason. If you are close enough to see the detonation directly, your eyes are now participating in the wrong scientific demonstration. The flash comes first, a white-hot burst, not dramatic orange movie fire, not cinematic chaos, just overwhelming light. Beautiful for about 1/3 of a second. If you stare at it, you may go blind. If you are by a window, congratulations. You have chosen one of the worst seats in the city because the blast is coming next, and glass, under pressure, becomes a very democratic weapon. At this stage, some people will still freeze because the world has just done something the world is not supposed to do. Buildings light up. Shadows burn into surfaces. Cars reflect fire. Every instinct you have will scream for explanation. There isn't time. If the flash was the warning, the blast is the correction. Level 3, blast wave DLC. The explosion does not politely stay where it landed. A nuclear detonation produces a pressure wave that moves outward, like the atmosphere itself has decided to punch everything at once. Windows shatter. Doors rip inward. Walls crack. Roofs fail. People are thrown. Debris becomes shrapnel. Streets become obstacle courses. Designed by Satan and civil engineering. If you are too close, the problem is no longer survival strategy. It is anatomy. If you are farther away, you may live through the initial shock, only to be injured by collapsing structures, flying glass, or your own terrible decision to stand outside, to see what's happening. Never underestimate the human urge to walk toward a disaster for a better view. Blast injuries are messy. Eardrums rupture. Lungs can be damaged. Bones break. And this is still the beginning. The bomb is not one event. It is a bundled deal. Light, pressure, heat, fire, radiation, infrastructure collapse, and later, the social unhinging. You are not surviving a single explosion. You are surviving a system failure with special effects. Level 4, firestorm. Now let's talk about heat. The thermal pulse from a nuclear explosion can ignite clothing, wood, paper, fuel, and basically anything. Civilization has kindly arranged into dense urban patterns. Cities are flammable. This is an old problem. Nuclear war just scales it aggressively. Fires begin everywhere. Buildings burn. Vehicles burn. Power lines fall. Gas lines rupture. Smoke rises. Oxygen disappears into the appetite of flame. And if enough fires merge, you can get a firestorm, which sounds dramatic because it is. A firestorm creates winds that feed the flames harder, pulling air inward as the city turns into its own weather system. You are now trapped inside a climate event caused by human decisions, made very far above your pay grade. Escape routes clog. Emergency services fragment. Sirens compete with screams. People run in different directions because no one knows which direction is still real. This is a point where the fantasy of I'd stay calm under pressure usually dies, because staying calm in a burning city after a nuclear detonation is less a personality trait and more a rare neurological side quest. Level 5, EMP modernity unplugged. Now suppose a blast or related strikes trigger an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, which is history's way of asking, what if all your advanced infrastructure had a seizure at the same time? Power grids fail, communications fail, electronics glitch, die, or become untrustworthy, traffic systems collapse, payment systems vanish, water pumping may stop, fuel distribution breaks, elevators become coffins with buttons. Your phone, that sacred rectangle of false confidence, is now either dead, overloaded, or connected to a network, having the worst day in human history. No maps, no easy coordination, no reliable updates, no soothing little blue telling you where safety might have been. Civilization in the modern era depends on invisible systems, working together quietly. EMP turns that quiet cooperation into a public breakup. And this matters because most people don't store survival knowledge in their heads. They outsource it to search engines, to apps, to electricity, to supply chains. When those disappear, the average person becomes a highly educated confusion unit. Level 6, the hospital problem. You survived the blast. You avoided the fire. You're injured but alive. So naturally, you go to a hospital, along with everyone else. Here's the problem. Hospitals are not designed for an entire city to arrive bleeding at once, especially not when roads are blocked, power is unstable, staff are dead, injured, or trapped, communications are failing, supplies are finite, and the building itself may be damaged. Emergency medicine now enters triage mode, which is a polite way of saying, not everyone gets saved. Doctors and nurses will do what they can. Some will work until collapse. Some will be treating patients. while worrying whether their own families are alive. Meanwhile, the injured keep coming. Burns, lacerations, crush injuries, radiation exposure, shock, smoke inhalation. At this stage, the real bottleneck is not courage, it's capacity. Modern medicine is powerful. It is also spectacularly dependent on electricity, logistics, sterility, staff, and order. Nuclear war attacks all of those at once. And just like that, one of the greatest achievements of modern civilization is downgraded to crisis improvisation. Level 7, radiation, the invisible boss. The most evil thing about radiation is its branding. You cannot smell it. You cannot taste it. You cannot negotiate with it. It does not roar. It does not chase you down an alley. It simply exists and waits for biology to lose. If you are exposed near the blast zone, or later through fallout, your body may begin to fail, on a delay, which somehow makes it worse, because people love visible threats. Fire? Understandable. Debris? Understandable. Angry mob? Very understandable. Radiation? Now you are playing against mathematics. High doses can cause radiation sickness, nausea, vomiting, weakness, burns, internal damage, a body slowly realizing the blueprint is corrupted. And here's the cruel part. Some people will feel okay at first. Not good, not safe, just functional enough to believe they got lucky. History loves that trick. The invisible boss lets you think the level is over before it starts deducting health. Level 8, information collapse. By now, everyone wants answers. How many cities were hit? Who launched first? Is there another wave? Where is safe? Is the government still functioning? Should you stay? Should you leave? Should you shelter? Should you run? And the answer to most of these, for the average person in the first 24 hours, is deeply unsatisfying. You do not know, and neither does the guy shouting in the parking lot. Authorities may issue instructions. Some may be accurate. Some may arrive too late. Some may not reach you at all. Some regions may be dealing with total communications blackout. Others may be drowning in contradictory messages. Rumors spread faster than recovery. Another strike is coming. The water is poisoned. The roads are closed. The roads are open. The military is evacuating everyone. The military is gone. My cousin said, "Your cousin is not a command structure." During the first day of nuclear war, society does not merely lose infrastructure. It loses confidence. And when trust goes, people revert to instincts. Family first, food first, escape first, me first, which is understandable. It is also how order begins to fray. Level 9, the human patch update. Now comes the social layer. Stores empty. Not because everyone is evil, because everyone can count. Water, food, medicine, batteries, fuel. Anything useful suddenly becomes more valuable than money, more urgent than law, and more emotional than reason. Traffic jams harden into monuments. People argue at gas stations. Shops close early or get stripped bare. Some strangers help each other. Others rediscover their inner hyena. This is what disasters do. They compress morality. Some people become brave. Some become generous. Some become terrifyingly practical. And under enough pressure, the line between protecting your family and becoming a problem gets thin. The first 24 hours after nuclear war are not just about surviving weapons. They are about surviving human improvisation under existential panic, which, historically speaking, has a mixed record. Level 10, shelter math. By now, you face the first major strategic question. Do you stay where you are, or do you move? In nuclear disaster logic, this is where a lot of people lose the plot, because movement feels like action, and action feels better than waiting. But moving through a damaged, burning, panicked environment without good information is one of the fastest ways to turn "I survived the blast" into "I died during the sequel." Shelter matters. Distance matters. Timing matters. Exposure matters. If the outside world is contaminated, unstable, or actively collapsing, then your best move is not always cinematic. Sometimes survival looks less like heroism and more like staying put in the least stupid location available. Human beings hate this. We want momentum. We want reunion. We want certainty. We want one decisive choice. That makes us the main character. Nuclear war does not guarantee main characters. It produces clustering probabilities. And your job in the first 24 hours is not to win. It is to stop making your odds worse, which is a very humbling genre shift. Final boss, night 1. Then night falls. And that is when the psychological damage really lands. Because daylight, for all its horror, still lets you see the problem. Night takes that away. The city glows in places it shouldn't. Sirens fade. Smoke hangs. Power is gone or unreliable. Phones are dying. The air tastes wrong. Somewhere, people are calling names into the dark. Somewhere else, no one is answering. You do not know if this was one strike or the beginning of many. You do not know what tomorrow looks like. You do not know what government still exists, what supply lines remain, what water is safe, what roads are passable, what rules still apply. And that uncertainty is its own weapon. Because the first night of nuclear war is when the future stops feeling theoretical. This is no longer news. This is your world now. And the most terrifying part, you survived the first day, which means you now have to survive the second. Survival stats. Warning time, insultingly low. Public comm, fragile. Medical capacity, overwhelmed. Infrastructure, unplugged. Useful information, inconsistent. Radiation, rude and invisible. Human behavior, variable. Personal odds, highly location dependent. Would you respawn here? Only if you enjoy. Flash blindness, social collapse, and making life or death decisions with incomplete information in under 10 minutes. The first 24 hours of nuclear war, 1 out of 10 stars. Too bright, too loud, terrible customer experience. History is full of bad days. This one tries to end all of them. Spawn history. Games have never been fair.